How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here. Welcome back to another Locals feature match. We're in round 3 here. I know there was no round 2 for this week, but due to some technical issues, that match did have to get scrapped. I do apologize for that. So we are just advancing on here to round 3. And in round 3, we have Prank Kids versus Invoked Dogmatika. Been quite a bit of Prank Kids on the channel lately. A lot more people playing it at Locals, which is interesting. I mean, the deck is definitely very, very good for sure. But I don't think I've ever seen this many Prank Kids, in a local setting in quite some time. So, Invoked Shaddoll Dogmatika getting started here with the Invocation. Not going for Mechaba here, obviously. Going for El Shaddoll Apkalone and fusing from hand with the Squamata and the Nail Shaddoll Aerial, which is obviously not going to do anything right here. Nothing in the graveyard at this point. And going to send the Wendy off of the Squamata, and that is going to summon Beast from the deck in face-down defense position. And I believe he might have used the Apkalone effect here. He did place a dice on the Apkalone. I don't know if Apkalone can actually negate itself. But if it can definitely be very helpful for chain link blocking, especially for something like Squamata. And then we're going to see him link into Gravity Controller here to trigger the effect, the graveyard effect of El Shaddoll Apkalone, to add a Shaddoll card and then discard a card. He's just going to discard, though, immediately the Schism, as there's probably a way he can get it back, and he's probably going to send Construct off of this Nadir Servant, we could imagine. It's going to add back a Shaddoll Speller Trap when it hits the grave, and I can only imagine Construct is what is being sent. And going to add probably Ecclesia here, since he already has Maximus in hand. Be interesting to see if we actually see the Maximus summon here. Probably. We'll try to get Titaniclad into the grave, maybe along something like Wind Pegasus or Omega. So yeah, there is the Ecclesia. So very, very productive turn here. Started off rather strange, right? I feel like maybe nowadays it is a bit more common to see the Invocation fusion summoning just from hand like that. But, no Alistair engine here, just pure Shaddolls and Dogmatika getting things rolling here. So, summoning the Ecclesia, probably adding Punishment. I believe he already added Punishment. And also having a Maximus in hand as well. Plenty of fusion fodder in grave for the Schism as well. Summoning the Maximus and sending 2 here. You can only imagine it's going to be Titaniclad and probably an Omega, as is kind of standard, I would say. Obviously going first, no need to send Entus. Keep those in the extra deck. And our Prank Kids player sending totally awesome and what looks to be Rip Roarin' Roaster. The Prank Kids Link 4, which is basically like a Harpy's Feather Duster on the opponent's turn. Much like Battle Butler is a Raigeki, Rip Roarin' Roaster, basically a Harpy's Feather Duster. So he's going to set 2, and then we'll see the end phase Titaniclad for the Knight, Fleur-de-Lis. And looks like both of the extra deck monsters being sent from the Prank Kids player's extra deck actually just being returned outright to the extra deck. Assuming, I know Toad has a recursion effect, but I'm unaware if Battle Butler, or not Battle Butler, Rip Roarin' Roaster has one. So we're going to see the normal summon of Roxy's here. That's 1 Brave Roxy's going into what he knows is a Schism, a Punishment, and a Fleur-de-Lis. So all interruptions at this point are known, but what can you really do about them is the other thing. And set on field, of course, right now is an Shaddoll Beast. And, if that gets flipped face up, that's just basically going to be a Pot of Greed, plus the chance to activate another Shaddoll effect on, the resolution of being able to discard. And we're going to see Schism here on that normal summon. And then we're going to see Chaining to Schism, Pandemonium, trying to at least get some of his engine going here before he is met with Winda, the inevitable Winda here. And only fusing with 2. Looks like 2 copies of yellow. Reading Gravity Controller here. Gravity Controller, very, very underrated card. Absolutely incredible card. I believe when it battles a monster, while it's in the extra monster zone, I believe it can return that monster back to the extra deck. It's a very, very good card, and it's very, very easy to get into, being a Link 1, of course. I'm going to go ahead and pull the exact text up here. It's been a long time since I've played Gravity Controller. Yeah, this card in the extra monster zone cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster in the main monster zone. At the start of the damage step, this card battles an opponent's monster in the extra monster zone. You can return both that opponent's monster and this card to the deck. So, yeah, pretty strong card here. So, we're going to see Weather Washer, and we're also going to see Winda now getting onto the field. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what else can be done here. We're going to see him try to resolve the Roxy's here, banishing and drawing and not summoning. So, I mean, because I don't even think he can summon at this point unless... Yep, okay, then that's probably just yeah, that'll be his last special summon. Yeah, because it was a normal summon the Roxy's, and then chain to that with the Schism, and then chain link to Pandemonium. So Pandemonium hits the board, or his Weather Washer will hit the board first, then Winda. So Winda will not see that first special summon, so he does get that special summon there, and that is Fansies. And we're going to see Dogmatika Punishment here, as you might expect. It's going to send Entis, it's going to remove Weather Washer, and it's going to remove the Fansies. And looks like he's going to set 2, and that's going to do it for his turn. Really something you don't like to see. Set Impermanence here. It's one thing with Impermanence going against Winda. It's like, yeah, you could technically, you know, in a perfect world, start off by just imperming the Winda, but the Winda is never going to be there at the start of the turn unless it's, like, already been there for a turn. And if it's already been there for a turn, it means you've only been able to special summon once. In a deck like this, it means you're probably losing. So, rather unfortunate. Forbidden Droplet would have been probably a much better card here, but it is what it is. He's going to activate Beast, drawing 2 and pitching a Dragon. Incredible discard here. Absolutely cracked, you might say. So, yeah, there is the Omega in the graveyard, as we expected. And we'll see what he's going to actually call by here. It looks like it might be the Omega. And he's going to chain Lancia as well. That's rather confusing order there. He might have chained Lancia first and then chain called by. I'm assuming that's the order it would be in, but it looks like it will not matter here. We're going to go ahead into Game 2. Hey guys, just wanted to let you all know that Imperium Duelist has come out with some brand new products. The first being their Fire Attribute deck box, following up the Dark Attribute deck box they did a few months back. Really, really nice interior color as well. They also just came out with a brand new 9-pocket binder, looking pretty slick, themed after the spell Magic Formula. Got some nice white pages there, and some nice artwork on the front and back of the binder with the zipper as well. Actually pretty handy feature. And last but not least, my playmat Blazing Permafrost is still available. It's a limited supply of these, and once they're gone, they are gone. So go ahead and grab one now if you haven't. And you can get all this stuff for 10% off using my discount code WinnerKills10 off at checkout. And of course, support the channel in the process. And we're back. And of course, one other reminder here, if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, please do not forget to use the affiliate link I have to their site down in the description below of all my videos. You guys shop and check out using that link. A small bit of the revenue from your purchase will go right back into the channel, and it does help out greatly, so don't forget to check that out. And also consider becoming a member of the channel today by clicking that blue join button down just below the video player. So yeah, Prank Kid's going first here, as you would expect. Normal summoning Lampsies going for Bow Wow, and Lampsies is going to try to resolve, and it is met with a Gamma. Very high impact hand trap right here. So, I mean, the only really good extender we could see at this point would probably be something like a 1-for-1 or Pandemonium. It's definitely going to be pretty solid here. And that is going to go for the Rocket Ride. And now we are going to see him attempt to activate Roxy's, I would imagine. And our Invoked Dogmatika Shaddoll player looks like he has Nadir Servant, Invocation, Meltdown, and Beast in hand, which is looking like a pretty stacked hand here. Definitely a lot of going second capability. We're going to see him discard, or banish rather, the Call By for Roxy's to draw and special summon a Fansies from the deck. And now going to link the Fansies and the Rocket Ride into Dodo Doodle Doo. And he'll get his search off of Doodle Doo for Pandemonium, and going to Foolish Burial one off of Fansies, sending Place, or Pranks rather, not Place, to summon Dropsies. And we'll see what the move is from here. I imagine it's going to be just a standard setup of, you know, the Battle Butler play. I mean, there are definitely ways that the Invoke deck can play around the Battle Butler quite easily. I feel like, I mean, Apkalone is an incredible card going into that. Mechaba as well. But, I mean, the thing is, the Mechaba comes out so early. And, like, you know, having to Battle Butler on the Mechaba, I feel like, is not always the greatest, but because of the follow-ups. But then again, you know, he's got the double Raigeki, so having a second one is definitely really, really strong here. So we're going to see the Dropsies effect activate here. That's going to summon out another Fansies and having a Rocket Ride on board. And we'll see what is going to happen next. Could tribute off the Rocket Ride, which is exactly what he's going to do. Going to target both Dodo Doodle Doo and a copy of Lampsies. So summoning back those two, and then using Dodo Doodle Doo to add back the Pandemonium, as is standard really in most Prank Kid plays, getting that card back to the hand alongside more fusion fodder for the Battle Butler. And since this is game 2, we could probably imagine there are some side deck floodgates. Maybe There Can Be Only One is a pretty popular one with Prank Kids, but There Can Be Only One, I feel like against this particular matchup may not be the strongest. You do have, you know, Mechaba being a machine, the Shaddolls being spellcasters, you know, and some of the Dogmatika stuff. So, I mean, it could definitely be a bit of a hindrance for sure, but, you know, who knows how much exactly. So we're going to add back the Pandemonium and the Dropsies, and we're going to see one more Link 2 here into Bow Wow Bark. Probably just to add back more resources during his turn, during his opponent's turn, that is. And we're going to see set 3, which is very strong here, and pass. And we'll see what is going to happen now. We're going to see Magical Meltdown. It looks like Cosmic Cyclone is in the set, the set zone closest to our Prank Kids player's deck there. So no Cosmic on that Meltdown, which is understandable. I mean, hitting the Cosmic or the Meltdown with a Cosmic could be in some hands not the best idea, because, you know, he might already just have an Alistair in hand, so really hard to tell. But he's gonna have Droll and Lockbird here anyways, so Droll and Lock will stop the Alistair from being able to search, but he's already got Invocation in hand, as you know, as per usual with these Invoke players. And on the Summon of Almirage, we're gonna see There Can Be Only One. So, as you might expect, Tikaboo, you know, showing itself here in the Prank Kids deck, as we usually see. Adding back 2 off the Bow Wow Bark. And we know he has Invocation. We know he has, I believe he drew Shaddoll Fusion here for turn, which is not so good right now, but we know Battle Butler is coming. So, you know, that is going to make the Shaddoll Fusion live very, very quick. So we'll see what he's going to activate now. I mean, he could play Invocation. He does have a Alistair Engrave and a Fire on field. Purgatrio is a Fiend, and Almirage is a Cyber, so There Can Be Only One, really not slowing him down really at all. Now we're going to see the Pandemonium get played on the activation of Meltdown, or not Meltdown, on the activation of the Invocation, because he will not be able to activate it on the summon of whatever fusion he summons. So it looks like he's sending off a copy of Lampsies, and not sure what else here. I know one of them was Fansies, another one might have been Dropsies as well. So Invocation is actually going to banish the Bow Wow Bark from his grave for the summon of Purgatrio, still not being affected here by There Can Be Only One. And to be totally honest, we might just see an OTK right here, I mean, if there's going to be one deck that's going to OTK, the Invoked Shaddoll deck is definitely one of them. So we're going to see Plan be sent off Fansies. And he's going to go ahead and summon a Dropsies. And going to summon a Lampsies. Now, got to summon carefully here. Because of there can be only one. I don't believe he can summon Fansies here because Fansies is a Thunder. So that one will not be hitting the field. Getting Roxies, Lampsies, and Dropsies. And his opponent will take that 500. Putting him down to 75, but you're not really caring too much here. We're going to see Shaddoll Fusion get played. Not super surprising, but that Shaddoll Fusion is going to be absolutely huge. And, yeah, really not much you can do, and you can't do anything on the summon either. So, like, when he summons this Apgalone out here, so imagine what he will go for. Construct really not making too much sense, neither Winda. So we're going to see Wendy, and can't see what the other Shaddoll is there. It might be Dragon, actually. That might be what he is summoning. So, gonna summon Apgalone, which I believe is a Spellcaster. So, he has a Cyber Spellcaster Fiend. So, again, there can be only one, really doing absolutely nothing here. Going to pop it. That Tikaboo with Dragon. Going to summon off of Wendy. And the Apgalone going to negate Battle Butler. And Battle Butler cannot respond due to Magical Meltdown. So, really going through it here. And we'll see what is going to be played next. Still having Nadir Servant in hand, which has got to be rough. We're going to see him link for Secura Gardna, which he can do now since that there can be only one is off the field. And he's going to play Nadir Servant, and his opponent's going to be like, yep, you got it. So unfortunately, a kind of a bit of a blowout there in Game 2. Rather rough, but... there can be only one, just really not much you can do against that particular deck. I'm sure it can definitely slow him down in some hands, but that hand was just absolutely cracked. So Prank Kids, unfortunately, facing a 2-0 there against the Dogmatika Shaddoll Invoke strategy. Very, very strong strategies. Both very strong strategies, but, you know, just the Shaddoll deck having the upper hand there. Absolutely opening the stones there, Game 2. Cannot deny that, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Leave a like if you did. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Be on the lookout for round 4, and then got more feature matches from the following week coming up after that. And I know One Deck 1 Month is going to be delayed this week because my locals did get canceled the just past weekend from when this goes up. So that next episode will be delayed a little bit. I apologize. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. And please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so we can get to 20,000 subscribers. It would be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys for watching. As always, Winter Killer signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one. And last but not least, a special thanks goes to all the channel members supporting this channel. And a special thanks to our Divine level channel members, and they are Zors and Cadillacs84. Thank you guys so much for your continued and very generous support of the channel.